What are the odds of that? Both daughters of Thanos turning up within days of each other. I'm starting to think Hot Toys had a plan all along. Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be looking at Avengers Endgame Nebula. Now this is the first Nebula they've ever done, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do with this. But as we can see, she has the usual Avengers Endgame Hot Toys packaging. She's got a picture of the character there. You've got the big A, Avengers Endgame logo, the names, and then on the side here you can see you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy logo. We've got the Avengers logo down the bottom here. Lovely artwork of the galaxy behind the name there. And then on the back here you've just got all your blurb. Then on the other side is exactly the same, and up the top you've got Avengers with Nebula written in there, and then on the bottom it's Avengers Endgame. Then we slide the slip cover off, which has some nice little design cut pieces just out of the sides. And then this is the figure inside. You can see she's got all her accessories, and that's the figure in the middle. Okay, let's unbox this, have a look at exactly what we get. Okay, just taking her out of the box. She's completely covered from head to toe in protective plastic. Let's pull that off. That's the head sculpt there. And then we can, you can just slide these off. They're normally quite hard to take off, but those are nice and easy to take off. See if the boots are the same. Note they're sealed with some tape, so I'm going to have to cut those off. So far so good. I'm interested in looking at that arm a little more. Then we get some sort of electric effects. Lots of hands, including cyborg hands, wrist pegs, and a stand. A couple of guns with a holster. Okay, let's just get everything out and have a look at it. Okay, I'm going to try and take this tape off. This makes me nervous. Don't slip. Don't you dare slip. Can I pull this open? Bricking it. Yep, got that one off. Round two. Try it from backwards. Let's get it done this way. Oh god, my bum's flapping. There we go, it's off. Okay, I've heard that this plastic piece underneath the suit is difficult to get out, so let's try and do that now. Okay, that one comes off. Yeah, I can see why it's difficult now. Oh god. Run it out, straighten the arm out, if that helps. See, it's all sort of, it's down one side and down the other side. Let's free it up. Oh, it's not as tough as I thought it would be. Okay, and the first accessory is this harness for the gun, and that's going to go onto these two hooks or clamps here. So let's try and get them on now. But I've heard this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. So this is going to be fun. I probably won't film this just because it's probably going to be long-winded, boring. I'm going to be swearing like a sailor while I do it. See if I can harness the magic tweezers to help. Come on, you fucker. You utter bloody... But half of you in the comments are going to go, I didn't have any problems. It's very easy to put them on. Oh, good for you. Good for you. I'm having a right old mare of it. Come on. Really hard to get her flap sorted. Okay, let's see if turning it upside down yields a better result. See, these things are just flipping around, and these tabs are just a little bit too thick for these loops. Fucking your flaps are annoying. Right, I've managed to tame one of her flaps. Can I tame the other? It's in! Sorted! Huh? Oh no, hang on, it's the wrong way around. No, only joking, it's fine. Okay, finally got the holster on. It's okay. You kind of get there in the end, but it takes a little bit of trial and error. But once it's on, it's on. I'm never taking that thing off ever again. But anyway, let's just have a look at the accessories before we go further with the figure. She comes with 5 extra hands. We've got gripping hand, relaxed hand, and I think this is like her gun holding hand. And all very nicely painted, very much like Gamora. They've gone in and actually done the fingernails, which is nice. There seems to be a little bit more detail on her as well. They've even sculpted the pleather to look real. And it's not a straight blue. There are many different variants of blue in there. It's like dark blue, light blue, and even a hint of purple. Let's have a look at the cybernetic hands. Very nice. I like that little sort of goldy bronze effect just there. Knuckles, very nice. Again, that texture on the back of the hand. And then you've got the same sort of detail in the palm of the hand. Lovely. She comes with 2 fight battens. They're like cattle prods. Very cool. Detail in that handle. nice and shiny. And then I believe this is a sonic screwdriver that she carries around. No, I think this is just like the non-extended version of one of the battens. She also comes with a laser pistol. Again, very futuristic. And look, like I said before, they've done the sort of like burning heat marking on the end of the gun with the blues and the purples. Very much like Star-Lord. I wish they had actually done that with Gamora's gun as well. And then you get 2 electrical effects that I think you use for these battens. But I'm not sure how they would be fixed in there. I think you just weave them in and out like that. That's got to be it, isn't it? Again, we've seen these sort of effects before. We say like Infinity War Thor. Well, most of the Thors actually. So yeah, nothing new, but it's still nice to have. And then you get 2 extra wrist pegs. 1 blue, 1 silver for each arm. Okay, let's just get in and have a look at the figure itself. Okay, first off, let's have a look at the head sculpt. See, what I've noticed recently with Hot Toys is they're starting to nail the female characters a little bit more. Whereas before there was always something a little bit off about them. They're getting better and better. It definitely looks like Nebula. Again, like everybody else, I wish they'd have been able to have that removable so you could put the slightly orangey bronzy version on for evil Nebula. But yeah, look at the fabric they've got on here. All the different sort of mixed media they've got in that clothing. From this sort of plastic pauldron to all the sort of pleather stitching, which is, you know, one of those things. Unfortunately, the character was wearing leather, so yeah, pleather pretty much had to be used. Look at the detail on the shoulder there. Very nice. I like this bit here. Is that Guardians of the Galaxy? Is that Ravagers? I think that's the Ravagers symbol, isn't it? That's cool. Then you come down, you get this stretchy lycra bit here. Coming down into the arms, you can see they've got this sculpted forearm gauntlet. And then it leads into the hands and follows on onto the hands. And that seam ain't bad, is it? That looks pretty good. So right, let's have a look at that arm. It's as detailed as it needs to be for this character. I do wonder if they'll ever in future movies upgrade her so she'll look even more mean. But yeah, this version is very good. You can even see some of the wires in the forearm there. Red and green, leading down into the hand. And again, all the different textures in the hands. My only gripe with this arm is the fact that it doesn't go up to 90 degrees. There is a slight lack of articulation in it, which is a shame because it is a cybernetic arm. So they could have gotten away with adding an extra joint in here and just having it so you could fold the arm better. Very much like Alita down here. Could have done the same thing here. No one would have bothered that much, especially with a cybernetic arm. Come down, you see the belt, that holster, which was a bitch to get on. So yeah, that's never coming off as far as I'm concerned. And then all the detail going down into the leg. Looks like a harness wrapped around her leg there. Turn around the back, you can see the detail. It's got some debossing on the pleather there and those loops on the back of the neck. All the different textures and all the different colours all mixed together and look great. It's kind of testament to the costume designers, but Hot Toys done a great job replicating it. And come down, you can see Nebula butt. Lovely sculpted boots, but again, they keep doing it. They keep putting no sort of like a seam in the boot and split boot in it, so that you can get better articulation out of her feet. Black Widow, they did it with her, they did it with Gamora. Now they've done it with Nebula, which is a shame, because they'll happily do it to someone like Captain America. But for some strange reason, with female boots, they're like, nope, seamless. It just takes down that articulation a little bit, so posing them is going to be a little less fun, I would say. Then come down and have a look at that stand. Again, the Avengers Endgame logo with the Ravagers logo, and then her name there. Articulation wise, she can look up about that far, look down about that far. She can tilt her head quite a lot, and she can do a full 360 turn. But be careful with the paint on the neck, you could damage it. There is a joint in the lower neck area, so you can press this down even more if you so wish. She can do more than a T-pose. She does have bicep swivel in this arm, no bicep swivel in this arm. Arm goes forward and goes out to about there. There is a double bend in the arm so she can get more than 90 degrees. And there is a wrist peg on the hands. It can do a full 360, and there is a little bit of to and fro in with the wrist peg. This arm is a bit more restricted. It's got the no bicep swivel, less than 90 degree bend in the arm. The hand can do spin around, and there is a slight bit of articulation with the wrist joint, but that's about it. Which is a shame, considering it's a cybernetic arm. They could have done a lot more with it. Torso bends about that far forward, bends that far back, twist about that much to the left, twist about that much to the right, can tilt left and right quite a bit. Legs go out about that far. There is thigh swivel, there is a double bend in the knees, and there is absolutely no articulation in the feet. And the legs can go out about that far before they start returning. Okay, so I've just tried to get her into a reasonably okay action pose, and you can see for the most part you can get her into some poses. However, it is going to be restricted a little bit by the pleather and sort of strange screen printed suit, but also at the same time the ankle down here, it's not sitting firm on the floor. It doesn't look like she's part of the scene. If you bend the leg properly, you can keep the foot flat to the stand. However, if you do this any sort of way straight, it's going to look like the foot is angled out in an unnatural way, and that's just the way it has to be, I'm afraid, because they forgot to put ankle articulation in. However, in terms of movie accuracy, she is great. Really does stand out on the shelf as well. I've seen people pose her with Yondu, and they just look great together. Because they don't have to worry about human flesh tones, it allows these alien and cybernetic figures to just look a lot more movie accurate without the worry of the feeling of uncanny valley creeping in. Overall, she is a beautiful figure to fit into the collection. I'm building up my in-game shelf slowly. Is she worth picking up? Absolutely. Okay, my main gripes for this figure are the cybernetic arm could have been articulated a little bit better. A double joint in that arm wouldn't have ruined the aesthetic that much. Getting this thing on is a pain in the petunias, and the ankle articulation is non-existent, but this is going to be one of those standout, looks great on the shelf figures, and I'm very glad I picked her up. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you can do me a favor now, if you get the fuck out of my cave,